Hi and welcome back to the channel. It's true, my name is Norf and this is part 2 of a 3-part series on public speaking. Last time we were here in part 1 we looked at why it's important, nay imperative, to learn the skill of public speaking. In the next part, part 3, we'll look at some great examples of public speaking versus some not so great examples of public speaking. Moreover, we'll be able to pick up what can be learned from each. However, in this video, we're going to have a look at the mechanics of how to learn the skill of being a great public speaker. So, as is customary, strap yourselves in and let's get started. As you may be aware, I'm a firm believer that public speaking is a core skill, and like any skill, you've got to use it to get better and more proficient at it. You also need to be open to guidance, coaching, correction, as well as affirmation on your journey. And just like any skill, the art of becoming a great public speaker is developed over time. So in this video, I'm going to share some things that I've learned over the years that will hopefully be valuable to you as you hone and improve your public speaking skills. These are built on the principles of rinse and repeat, more accurately, practice and refine. I'm going to take you through 4 concepts or principles to help you sharpen your skill of public speaking. But you're going to need some things in addition before we get going. And when I say public speaking, the same principles can also be applied to when you're presenting to your team or to customers. Alright, before we begin, you're going to need to lay your hands on a few things. You're going to need your eyes and ears, a pen and some paper, or as you know, my preference is pencil and paper, your smartphone, some headphones, a penknife or pocket knife, and a watch. Trust me, all will become clear when we get going. Okay, at this point, I'm going to assume that you've made a start on what you're planning to talk about. It could be something that you're passionate about, something that you're looking to present at work, at university, at college, or at school. It could be something new, an idea that you're looking to learn more about. Whatever the topic is, I'm going to assume that you've got some of the fundamentals already in place. You have the idea and you're preparing your content. You know your audience, as in who's turning up, be it physically or virtually. You also know the logistics in terms of the time and place. I'll drop some links in the description below to a couple of videos that I've already created about preparing your content and your environment for presenting. Right, enough of the preamble, Norf, let's get going. Alright, so the first of my 4 principles is level setting. This is where you'll need to accurately identify where you are in terms of your skill level of public speaking. Now to do this, you'll need your eyes and ears, your smartphone, and about 3 to 5 minutes worth of your content. Set yourself up in a room with really good lighting and audio. If you have a tripod and lav mic, great, as these will come in handy a little bit later on. I'll drop some links in the description of some great examples that won't break the bank. Set up your smartphone either in landscape or portrait. I would recommend landscape because the camera will then capture your hand gestures and you've got all this space here to play with. If you have a tripod and a lav mic, great, get those out and plug those in now because these will improve the quality of the recording. Once you've got the gear set up and you've got your 3 to 5 minutes worth of content, it's at that point where you need to take a deep breath and hit record. Once it's recorded, this is going to be the difficult bit. Principle number 2. This is where you've got to find 3 plus 1. Now you won't need a calculator for this at all. The concept I'm talking about is playback. I know some people really do detest watching and listening back to themselves. However, in order to significantly improve, you'll need to turn to that device that never lies. The camera. Playback your recording 3 times. Grab a pencil and some paper and start to take notes. When you play back, first watch, don't listen. Secondly, listen, then don't watch. Lastly, watch the 2 together. Watch and listen. After the last time, ask yourself a few questions. What did you notice? What did you like? What did you not like? What would you like to change? This is where you're looking for 3 plus 1. Write down just 3 things that you really liked about your recording. Secondly, write down just 1 thing that you would want to change, that you would really like to change. Just 1 thing. And here, try to be objective. This is not about beating yourself up. It is actually to identify what and where you can improve. If you know someone you trust as well who is willing to be objective and to give you constructive feedback on how you did, share the recording with them. But I highly stress before you do, get them to sign an agreement that they won't share this on social media. If they do, scratch them from your DMs. Principle number 3 is to watch other public speakers and presenters. There are some superb public speakers and presenters today, and ones that are no longer with us. The internet is clearly a great place to find some clips of some of those presenters doing what they do. So find 3 to 5 great speakers. Observe what they do. Observe what they don't do. Listen to their tone. Listen to their pitch and their power. Listen to how engaging they are as well. How do they project themselves? What can you glean from them? Now, I'm not suggesting that you carbon copy them. Absolutely not. But what I am strongly suggesting is that you try to incorporate some of the good things that you observe. Now, the thing that will make your public speaking delivery style different is that it's going to be delivered from your perspective. Content arranged your way, underpinned and delivered by your personality. So bring it to life. Don't just go through the presentation motions. Finally, principle number 4, and this is where you'll need the rest of the contents that we talked about earlier. The penknife or pocket knife and the watch. Now, listen very carefully. The only thing you're going to cut is you're going to cut yourself some slack. To improve any skill in ourselves will take a little bit of time. And if you're serious about improving your skill of public speaking and presenting, overnight success rarely happens. So set your expectations to improve little by little. 1% each time when you deliver. Use the 3+1 rule, and over time you'll physically see and feel yourself embodying that of an outstanding public speaker. Continue to put yourself out there to activate in public what you've learned and honed in private. Always remember, people buy from people, but people buy more from those that add value to what they do. What creative elements will you add into your delivery to make it memorable in a positive way? The end game is you want people to walk away remembering your message. One of my favorite quotes is that from the legend that is Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So make your audience feel part of your message. Make sure that your delivery is always interactive by asking really good open questions. And that's it for part 2 of this 3-part video series on public speaking. We looked at 4 principles, the first being to level set, to accurately establish where you are by recording 3 to 5 minutes worth of your content on a smartphone. The second was playback. First, watch, don't listen. Listen, don't watch. Then put the two together, listen and watch. Principle number 3 is where we covered watching other speakers. What do they do? How do they sound? What can you pick up from them? And then finally, principle number 4 is we looked at cutting yourself some slack and embracing the fact of improving over time. I'd love to hear from you. What other principles do you rely on when it comes to the mechanics of public speaking and presenting? Drop me a comment, I would love to hear. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here. As you know, I'm a big fan of the number 3, so if you would, please do 3 things for me. If you like the content, please do give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed, and also hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on when I upload brand new content to the channel. Again, thank you for choosing to spend your time here, and I'll see you in part 3.